The sun rose over Grove High School, casting a warm glow on the campus as I was approaching the steps, my heart pounding with excitement and nerves. I was starting my first day of freshman year, and I couldn't wait to see what adventures awaited me. As I walked through the school metal detectors, I was greeted by a flurry of activity. Upperclassmen rushed past me, and I could hear the sound of laughter and chatter echoing through the hallways. I took a deep breath and headed towards my first class, determined to make the most of this new beginning. My first class was English Literature, and I took a seat near the front, eager to make a good impression. The teacher, Ms. Bellings, began the lesson by introducing herself and welcoming us to a new year. I listened intently as she spoke about the power of literature to inspire and educate. Throughout the day, I navigated my way through the hallways, trying to remember the location of each classroom and the names of my classmates. I met this girl named Delilah. As she walked through the crowded hallway, heads turned to catch a glimpse of her. Her brown skin glowed under the bright lights, and her light brown eyes sparkled with curiosity and wonder. Her braids swayed gently with each step, a mesmerizing dance of intricate patterns and vibrant colors. I watched as a guy approached her, a hesitant smile on his face. He seemed captivated by her presence, unable to look away. As he got closer, he cleared his throat nervously and spoke. "Hi, I'm Alex," he said, extending his hand. "I couldn't help but notice you from down the hall. You have a beautiful smile." She looked him up and down, never slowing down her walk. It was clear that she wasn't interested in pursuing a conversation. Alex felt a pang of disappointment, but he tried to hide it behind a smile. Delilah had left Alex standing there, feeling dejected. The encounter left me feeling more hesitant than ever. I couldn't shake the image of that rejection from my mind, and the fear of experiencing the same thing paralyzed me. Despite his fear, Alex couldn't deny the pull he felt towards Delilah. He knew he had to muster up the courage to talk to her, but the memory of that rejection lingered in the back of his mind, holding him back. As days turned into weeks, I watched from afar as Delilah laughed and talked with other guys, each interaction fueling his insecurities. I knew I had to make a move soon, or I would regret it forever. As I walked down the hallway, lost in thought, I suddenly noticed Delilah heading towards me. Her brown curls bounced with each step, and her light brown eyes seemed to sparkle as she locked eyes with me. My heart skipped a beat, and I felt a rush of nerves and excitement. Delilah smiled warmly as she approached, and my stomach fluttered with anticipation. This was my chance, I realized. I had to say something, anything, before she passed by. "Hey, Delilah!" I called out, my voice sounding louder and more confident than I felt. "How's your day going?" Delilah's smile widened, and she slowed her pace to match mine. "Hey, Dante!" she replied, her voice soft and friendly. "It's going pretty well, thanks. How about you?" I felt a surge of relief. Delilah was actually talking to me, and she seemed genuinely interested in how I was doing. I couldn't help but smile back at her. "I'm good, thanks," I said, falling into step beside her. "I was actually just thinking about you." Delilah raised an eyebrow, her curiosity piqued. "Oh, really? What were you thinking about?" I hesitated for a moment, then decided to be honest. "I was thinking about how I've wanted to talk to you for a while now, but I was always too scared. Seeing someone get rejected the other day made me realize that I shouldn't let fear hold me back." Delilah's eyes softened, and she reached out to gently squeeze his arm. "I'm glad you decided to talk to me, Dante. I've actually been wanting to talk to you too." As they continued down the hallway, Delilah and I talked and laughed, our conversation flowing effortlessly. I couldn't believe his luck. Not only had I mustered up the courage to talk to Delilah, but she was also interested in me. As we reached our next classes, we exchanged numbers, and promised to continue our conversation later. I watched as Delilah walked away, and she looked over her shoulder with a smile. I smiled back, making sure to hide my extreme excitement. I had taken a chance, and it had paid off in the best possible way. As the final bell rang, signaling the end of the school day, I walked out of the building, my mind buzzing with excitement for the days ahead. High school was just beginning, but I knew that with a positive attitude and a willingness to try new things, anything was possible.